Right. Blessed love Trinidad and Tobago, the world. And now blessing only with my pretty voice. Blessed nights. And somewhere on the face of the earth it's blessed morning.
Blessed morning.
Well, we have a king on board tonight.
Yes, I.
Somehow I feel like I'm not hearing. I hope I'm hearing.
Yeah, we hearing it.
Anyway, for those of you who do not know, we have David Neves, the son of David. We also know him in the music industry as King David. Blessed love King.
Greetings.
And you are here with your Empress Shonda. I don't feel like I'm going to call out your name.
King and the Queen.
That's the King and the Queen, that's correct. And that's how I like to see it.
Black love.
I love to see that. And we're here on a special day too. I don't forget today is Nelson Mandela Day. So it is a beautiful day. We give thanks and praise to that. First and foremost, King David, it is a pleasure to have you here. It is a great blessing to have you here. Like on what we just spoke on last before I speak is where we want TNT reggae music to go forward. And I know you are a man all for that. I know because from your history, I know you are individual to push that TNT reggae music to the world. And this is what this platform is about, pushing Trinidad and Tobago reggae music. Because a lot of people feel as though when they hear reggae music, they feel it's a Jamaican thing. But we Trini could sing too. Let them know that we could sing too. Right?
Let's give thanks to being here, man. Reggae on the radio.
Yeah, sure, right.
Yes, sir.
R.O.A.R.
R.O.A.R.
So that's the concept of the program, but you don't know that for right in my
And you're, yes, for real.
I appreciate it, and you know this is going to do a lot for our industry in Trinidad and Tobago.
I remember reading about you in probably 2007 or 2008.
I was on MySpace.
I can't remember when, but it was about where you talk about changing as an individual and changing your life and where you found a new faith. For those of us who still trying to search the self, you can give them a little insight on what you have found, King David?
This is how I unlock another level of spirituality, what I wasn't very exposed to before. Everything was more physical in the life.
Right.
With the locks, with the words, with the rebel movement, with the actions, with the surroundings that we were influenced by. And we live in a certain way where I thought was I doing the best I could amongst the wolves. I tried my best and I was settling with that.
Right.
Until situations of life directed me to the part of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. And that is where my eyes really fully opened, you know.
And it's a beautiful vision that you have seen,
Yeah,
and I know that for sure, because when a man or a woman find themselves spiritually, it's a different calling, it's a different avenue, you know, and well, you see how the place is right now, and a lot of people, I don't like to refer to them as ghetto youths. I don't like the word ghetto. You know why? Because we all live in a ghetto. Ghetto is a state of mind, you know, so
You already know times hard, so you come and
this
get
is
this.
it. So
every
we
time
all
you say
live in a ghetto.
yeah.
And this is why, because that's it. The reason why I say we all live in a ghetto is because what am I doing to help my sister or my brethren? What are you doing, or what Father be doing? And we have to start with ourselves. So that's why I say we all live in a ghetto. You know, we just say, what you gonna do for we ghetto youths? It ain't nothing with ghetto. Ghetto is a state of mind. And what you have to do is get out a ghetto. You understand? For the famous words of the one Ras pilot. What is ghetto? You know? Here's one of the things I want to add, well, as I touching on that same message with the youths, there was a couple Sundays ago when you sang at the Hive. It's the Hive, and that's what you call it, right? The Hive. And you pull out a song called Still Love God. I want you to talk to the youths and tell them what that is about.
Still Love God came at a time when our country was, our local reggae industry was going in a downhill trend. Due to the fact that when Cartel and Movado had the war, the foundation, the groundation, the youths, everybody were captivated by that war. And with that, a whole industry around it. Even the dance hall songs, we had people dancing, passa songs get beat out due to the warfare aspect of the dancehall reggae music. And we were fighting that fight. And we were doing well, we were still getting little shows and still reaching the youths until they dropped our level, which was causing like a virus in our country. It was casting a spell when one artist decided to personify a demon character. You know, so it's not about the person, it's about what he chooses to personify. I had a problem with.
Yes, I too.
Even though like a man might say it in his country and it really it come like everybody in the country know well, it's just an image he portraying. So you know, it's art, it's culture, right? Your country know that, right? But I wanted the world to know that in my country, it was affecting the youths terribly.
Yes, it was.
You're in a party and when that song come on,
it's
like a shadow just cast over the dance. All who was good little conscious youths whole night in the party, little lover boys who hugging up their wife and thing, as them song come on, the vibes change. And it's just, you're looking out for some fight to start.
That is true. And you know, with that song, when I listen to your words in that song, Still Love God, and then I listen to the so-called redemption song, he calling it, he's saying that it is a character that he portrayed. So then what you putting out there for youths to see, even if it's a show that you're putting on, it's not that they're seeing with their eyes and they're going to listen with their ears and mimic what they're seeing. This is it. So this is where we at the R.O.A.R family, we set this foundation now where we could have a positive family could come and take back our youths, boy. That's what I want, because the place scary, it's real scary. And if in every household and had no conscious music playing, something wrong. Because you know for a fact, conscious music is quotes from the Bible. Most of the times, reggae music is quotes from the Bible, and that's the great book of life. That's the book of life, that's the greatest book that anybody could read, you know? And I think that when I listen to your song and I say, hey, why we in Trinidad can't push King David's song? What's so wrong with King David's song? Still Love God. You understand? But we want to push somebody else who pretending to be somebody. For what? You know? I want to ask you about the I want you to let the world know, right? What is your hang-ups in the music industry and what you think that could be done to improve it?
Hang-ups meaning
like
obstacles?
Yes. What is your feelings towards what and how it is things for you as a musician? Because I know you say you don't call yourself a reggae artist or a soca artist. You're a musician. And where presently right now in the music industry, what you think could be done to improve it as from your point of view?
Well, you gotta make the change in the corporate world. To really, it's all about numbers. It's no more who like your song, who find your real bag, which little Christian you mash up, which big concert they keep on you get to open for this big singer.
For real.
We gotta look past that stage now and realize there's numbers. We have 1.3 million here.
So still, you think?
Well, 1.4.
Since I smaller here in Africa.
When you go to New York, there is a corner in New York, you know? And this is our competition, but we have to contend.
For real. For real.
That is the top problem what I would like to see addressed among artists and among the team, the management.
Yeah.
Everybody had to come together and understand that, hey, it's numbers. And we need to actually touch the floor and get each artist supposed to have 20,000 followers in this country.
In their own land, eh?
Yeah, first, before we can think about...
I'll give you an applause for that. I totally agree. Yeah. Totally agree with that.
We have to target the universities, we have to target the schools, the communities, and get up. So when we say, we put out a video from the jump, 10,000 views first day thing. So the powers, the Bolivian people who watching online, the Polish people who watching will say, okay, this guy. But we have two Chinese out there with a red, white and black flag in Sweden and telling people about King David real bad. It's like you're fighting against the current.
So then
we need more numbers.
Truth in fact, what we spoke on this forum, a couple's program, where we should form a reggae, what you call it, a reggae association, right? But forming a reggae association is sound pretty, yeah? Sound nice, sound like big shot kind of thing, you know, yeah, big thing. This is it. Yeah. But then, why can't the artists themselves get involved and form that foundation, that reggae foundation? Why they can't themselves come together, knowing that they all after one thing, a positive vibe, sending a positive message? Why they all can't come together and form that?
Well, here I look on it, right? We already are the association, we are the members,
True.
We are the country, but we can't do everything. We are the singers.
True.
We need, as I say, we need people. Stop talking. Because, alright, simple, we tried already. That different organizations start. I ain't really go to the meeting. Why? The feedback I hear was just like bacchanal. It was like R.O.A.R, we crying over spilled milk, what we go do, and I find. No order, no control. Now in this industry, these times we live in here now, the only thing have to run. The meeting have to have a scribe. The meeting have to have a time checker.
Right.
We have to record all the minutes.
That's correct.
Next meeting we
have
in, we have to present.
Vice president and so forth.
Right, we have to appoint people
correct.
to post. And next meeting we have to have the minutes from the last meeting presented at the start. And then all we will be fixed during the month. We tick off and then we go ahead. And this is so much that the average, some of these artists still fighting internet, sister. In this days what we had to deal with. So we can't depend on the members to do that job. I believe we need people who have passed certain exams, have the degrees in this thing, to come and bring forward your talent if you really believe we're going to do this time here.
Move forward.
Don't watch them outside and kick the victim. I always had an analogy home.
Yeah.
I say people like to see us out there and say, King, where's your next song? Why ain't here, boy? I just say, brother, you're blaming the victim. What do you mean?
That's true.
I say I get bounced down, you pass and kick me and say why you get bounced.
Why you get bounced?
You say how you get bounced, boy.
Yeah.
You stop this
That's
from
so
happening
true.
again. So
I like your
everybody
example.
just like this, you know, but they had a part to play too. You need help.
That's so true.
Artists want to manage themselves. Artists want to be their own designer.
And that can't work,
it's
in
too
real
much.
world, it is too much.
When you see these fellas big out there, it's because they're comfortable. They're in France recording an album, and it's either they're touring with them, or they're touring home happy. They are driver, they know they have food to eat in the house. So the music that coming out of that soul will be right and ripe to come out.
True.
But we just be forcing out things amongst all the pressure, trying to do everything
ourselves.
On video, edit your own picture thing. We need everybody to come on board and assist.
Well, the couple of Sundays ago that you had that thing at the Hive, I really and truly enjoyed that. And you could tell Trinidad and Tobago what you're on to next, or if you're working on anything new, let us know.
Give them a quick recap.
Yeah,
it was Conversation with the King.
Right. Oh, I thought it was Speak with the King. I will not well say Speak with the King. Conversation with the King. It was really nice.
Like, they said the mood like how the politicians is a conversation in the hollows and
like how they had a conversation tomorrow with Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago.
Right, after the cricket. I was thinking that we try everything and we always sing in an atmosphere of people pay their money and they come out to party and we come like we intruding on the dance. And even though they accepting us, they like us, we had to come real good.
Yeah,
because
time
you had
going
to meet, and 2 DJ had to come on. So I was like, well, I could do different way.
It was really nice.
I fed up to party.
It was really
and,
good constructed.
You know, you're throwing a party and you're depending on heads by the door, money by the door to pay the bar and pay the plate. I didn't want all that headache. I said I want to do something without studying no benefits. Do something to get benefits later or we could do. And I get to the green marketing I have now. I just watching and learning.
Well,
so,
you know you're a smart boy, you know, you're just watching your slides.
That's how they're doing it. And I decided, alright, this is why I go on Conversation with the King. Free. Ask me questions. I singing on about 30-some songs. Media will be invited.
Right.
All forms, journalists, radio, press, you know. And this is for the average fan and the highest form of media to come and mingle, and we'll have like CDs. I wanted it to be like an exposition there.
Right. But you're having it anywhere else besides the Hive? Anywhere else coming
Well, we
up?
had also pushed back the date we had to push it back.
Okay, alright.
To be
But
the
it will be
31st
coming
of
out
July,
another
yeah.
conversation soon.
And this one is all about charity for the children for
Right.
the new school term.
Give thanks
We
to
got
them.
in some stationaries, you know, on that day, and let you all know about the date
Yes.
very soon.
Yeah, keep me posted.
And we also had the Emancipation show the 31st. That's why we pushed it back, because we want to do a proper show for Emancipation.
Okay.
So
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and daughters, sisters and friends, all who listening to WAC 90.1, you're listening to TNT Raw Reggae on the radio. I know, but
I would just now, I'd like to say something. I want to send out a message to somebody, I would say the promoters and these people out here who do the shows. Now, King David had a beautiful show at the Hive where he introduced himself and he could have sing whatsoever time and how long he had to sing for. Not coming on a show and they putting you on 7 o'clock when they're still mounting up the system and all that.
Yeah, he wanted
right?
to
The
avoid
street,
all that.
you see this kind of disrespect, I find it's totally out of order. They're playing on, Multi-Symptom have a big song like Sonita. They want to play him on 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and then they want to put on only international artists, as they say, you understand, certain prime time. No. All they have to do is fit us in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, like how the Cape Town show was. You know, when they fit in Taurus Riley, you know, Freddie McGregor, and then you get a Ras Pilot, you get who else it was? Kushite, then you got
Queen Omega.
yeah, you know, you're fitting it in, you know, in that you're pushing all the Trinidad artists to the front, you know, 7, 8, 9, you have the Trinidad artists, and then after the artists and them from outside coming who eating all the food, you understand? And still getting all the forward, and there's no respect for the Trinidad artists. This is thing I have to address, and I just say, let me share it with you, I'm not interrupting you.
Now you're not interrupted. No, and hearing it from another artist is what we need to hear. We need to hear how the artists and them feel on the other side of the mic. Because promoters just feel it's just a thing to fatten the pocket, eat their food and go their way. And it can't be like that. You see, I can't ask you about Jamaica affairs. I can't. I have to ask you what is how you feeling here when you have to promote yourself here. And that's exactly what you said, King David. If we can't sort out home first, how could we push ourselves outside there, which is a larger world? You understand? And
catch up.
this is it, and we're not ready for that, and we have to understand that is what we have to fix home first before we fix it abroad, right? And I want to say again, thank you so much, because we're running for time here. Thank you so much, King David, for stopping by. It's a great pleasure having you. Later down, as the program starts to pick up and go down in line, when you start to do your stuff, I will call you. I will call you back, and we will have a discussion more at your forward movements. And keep doing what you're doing. Make sure you keep your queen at your side, Shondell. Keep doing what you're doing. And I believe in that. Unity is one thing, and sticking together. I believe in the word, what's it as I said the other day? PLUR. Live in peace, love, unity, and respect. I believe in that. So, King David again, TNT the world. We have King David on the inside. You have anything to give us to say? So we give you anything, a little acapella, bust us something for us, please.
Play something. We're telling yourself.
Yeah, do it now.
Try nothing. Yeah, I saw that.
Reggae on the radio, you know. It's King David. Who they kill? Hey, easy, my brother Pilot. Let me stand up. Babylon have to fall down and erupt. When we sing this, all over the world who's locked on to Reggae on the radio, it's whack. Listen what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Alright, let me tell you what we living wrong here. Money in a pocket, but we rather drink beer. Send for sledge, man, they run around here. And when him return, high grade will appear. But can't just smoke it, nothing out the air. Alkaline tune it, tough in our ear. Hey, girl, I went to the beat wrong here. Turn you in a diabetic, sweet around here. But
You know see police wrong here. Nobody not take freeze wrong here. Hey, monsters keep the peace wrong here. And a terrorist gun can't beat a wrong here. And we know waste ammunition wrong here. It have plenty religion wrong here. To tell you the truth, only Jah we fear. Fool, mind you went up in a God cross here. Who will leave a clock span fit around here? Popcorn pan repeat around here. Less than 350 a man when we a mix concrete around here. And a 3 stone you have a pot round here. You can get anything in a the shop round here. Wappy and Braga the walk round here. And we the MP done forgot around here. But still, you see pilot with him girl him on top of the world. And you still wanna say hello, hello.
Yes, sir. Roar! Let me hear you roar, King David. Roar! Lions roar!
Hold back, yeah.
Yes, TNT and the world, that was King David inside TNT R.O.A.R Reggae on the radio, live and alive, man. 90.1 FM, we are Culture Crazy. Thank you, King David.
Bless it.
Yes. So we get ready for Spotlight Hidden in Plain Sight.